Alright y'all, so my skincare is pretty much already done. You know, during the sale you want to stock up on any of your skincare items that you normally go to. Like I personally, I restocked on this set during the friends and family sale. This is my Kodaly SOS Intense Hydration Kit. And for the price of the serum that I normally buy, I was able to basically get the whole kit. I did put the price down here. It says it's a value of $87 and it's only $49 this kit. And then of course, right now with the sale, 20% if you're rude, 15% if you're regular VIB, and 10% for the people just joining Sephora. You can definitely save more on this kit as well. So I made sure to stock up on my serum. One skincare item. It's not really skin, it's a hybrid between skincare, and I also use it as primer. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I used it today. I only use this moisturizer when I'm wearing makeup because, like I said, to me it's a 2-in-1. It's a moisturizer and a nice base for your makeup to go over. And I hope this lighting is okay because this stupid, first of all, I cannot stand my curtain is red, so it kind of gives like a red hue. I know you can see behind me, it looks really red back there, so I'm hoping that everything looks good on camera. But like I said, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, and I don't know, I picked this up earlier this year. I couldn't even tell you when, but I used a good amount of it so far. Again, this is something that I only use during when I am wearing makeup. Sunscreen, also a sunscreen I would recommend is the Super Coop Unseen sunscreen. Really nice. If you saw one of my hauls earlier this year, before summer, I had got one of those sunscreen sets where you get to try various sunscreens. So I didn't purchase any sunscreen this time around, but sunscreen is something that you have to use every day, and that's basically what I have on my face right now, the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, and then I went on top with my Super Goop. I just came from outside, so I'm going to actually spray my face just as a little bit of hydration. This is the Fenty Beauty. I'm not sure what the name of the Fenty Beauty spray is because my bottle cracked when I dropped it, so I just moved it over to one of these bottles. It's a nice facial mist. It's not like a setting spray or anything. It's just a facial mist to give hydration. To me, it leaves like some kind of, there's like a layer of something that it leaves on your skin. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take my fingers and just try to absorb it all around and get some hydration into my face. My lips also feel a little dry. Another Fenty Beauty product that I would recommend. This is their Pro Kisser Luscious Balm. This is the original one. I know she came out with a couple of like ones with like scents. When you pull it out, so much product comes out, I just usually wipe off a lot of the product and then go in and apply it. Because I find if you over apply this, that's when you start to get those little caked up lines in the corners of your mouth, and that's not a good look. But this Pro Kisser actually tastes good. I always taste it on my lips when I wear it. Another lip product that I love that I had that I ran through from one of my last recent hauls. This is the Milk Makeup Melatonin Overnight Lip Mask. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Overnight Lip Mask. Love this product. I'm almost done with that actually. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm pretty much almost done with this as well. And then another one that I absolutely love, which I actually picked up on backup during this current sale, which you'll see. I'm pretty sure that haul will be up first, so go ahead and check out that haul if you haven't already. I'll link it up in the card so you guys can check it out. But this is the Tatcha Kissu Lip Mask, and as you can see, that one is pretty much done as well. I'm just using up the rest of that, and like I said, I purchased the backup of it. So let's get into eye makeup. I'm not gonna suggest any eyeshadow palettes, only because any eyeshadow palette that I fell in love with since my last Sephora recommendations kind of video, I don't think it came from Sephora. I've been loving like Juvia's Place and Elf, and you know, I've just been trying more affordable products. Of course, right here on top, one of my favorites is the Jackie Aina and Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. One of my absolute faves. If you don't pick it up during a sale, you should definitely pick it up at some point in time. Definitely check Macy's because Macy's always has this on sale. But this palette is just like my everything. The pigmentation of the shadows, the blending of the shadows, like this is really top notch. So if you don't have it already, this is an eyeshadow palette that I recommend. Should I use this today? I was going to try out a new palette, but I think I'll save that for another video because I recently picked up the Gingerbread Spice palette from Too Faced. This is part of their holiday collection for this year. I'll go ahead and show you guys what it looked like. I was gonna use this little palette. I'm going to this palette since it's more new and I haven't used it yet. Again, like I said, I love Jackie Aina's palette, so that would be one that I always recommend. I know Sephora Pro themselves, they have their good eyeshadow palettes, and it's like if you wanted like a one and done kind of palette, like you're not hoarding makeup like I am, then the Sephora Pro pigment palettes, you should definitely check those out. They have colorful ones, they have more neutral ones. The neutral one is actually one of my favorites, and they also have good pigmentation, good blending, and they wear really nicely as well. So definitely check those out. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of my Fenty Beauty Eye Primer. This is like pretty much almost done, but I'm gonna try to use as much as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend that in with my fingers. It just helps to create a nice smooth base for your eyeshadows. I haven't restocked on this as of yet. I wonder if they still have the set. I got this with the set of this and the fly liner. You may have seen the Fenty fly liner. Was it in my last empties or is it in my empties now? I'm not sure, but I finished up the Fenty Beauty fly liner. There's two minis, so it came with this primer and that. That's a good set if they still have that as well. I would definitely have to check that out and see if they still have that, because I wouldn't be mad at getting both of those as well. Before I get into the eyeshadow, let's do some brows. My brow recommendation stays the same as it did in the last video. The Benefit Precisely My Brow. See, this sunlight is killing my whole vibe with, okay, let me turn up the light on the ring light and see. That looks a little bit better. Okay, so I hope it's not like overexposed or anything like that. I apologize, but I needed to turn up the ring light to balance out the sunlight. So again, the Benefit's Precisely My Brow, my favorite brow pencil. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen like I have backups upon backups upon backups of this pencil. And right now for the holidays, they actually have a 2-pack of these pencils. I think that's a good deal. The 2-pack of 2 full-size Precisely My Brows, I believe it's $32. And I think that's definitely a good look, because then you get, again, the discount on top of that price. So that would be a good look if you're looking for a brow recommendation. This has been my favorite brow product for some time now. Here we go again, fighting this damn sun. Oh my gosh. Natural lighting is always good, right? But okay, so as you can see, I finished up my eyebrows. Not the best brow that I've ever done, but you know, it is what it is. And then I went ahead and went underneath, cleaned it up with some concealer. And now we're gonna get into this Too Faced Mini Gingerbread Spice palette. This palette has 5 matte shades, and then metallic, well, shimmery looking shades. Alright, so I basically used every shade in the palette, right? I didn't use this light shade down here. Really quickly, I'm gonna give you guys swatches of these. There you have it. That's what the palette looks like there, and those are swatches of all 8 shades. So really not bad at this palette. It's only $27 too. I don't think I bought this from Sephora. I bought it from Ulta, but it is available at Sephora as well. That's why I wanted to share it in today's video. I'm gonna chill with the eyes for now, and we're gonna go ahead and get into the base a little bit. Alright guys, so I am back. I decided not to put on lashes. I just opted for my regular natural lashes with some mascara. I just used a mascara concoction. I don't remember hearing nothing full. I don't know where the first mascara that I used went, but I know I've talked about these mascaras plenty of times on my channel. I use a concoction of the Benefit Roller Lash, and that one basically separates my lashes, and then I go in with the Benefit Bad Girl Bang, which adds more volume to my lashes. So that's basically what my lashes is looking like right now. I'm gonna go back to my lower lashes after I finish my face and everything. So let's go ahead and get into this face finally. You may or may not know, but I'm not one for primer, which is why I was telling you guys earlier. I usually go in with that Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, and that'll be enough primer for me. But when I get in the mood, I do throw on some primers. One of my favorites is the Hourglass Veil Primer Serum. I think I picked this up during the spring sale, if I'm not mistaken, and I really like that. It's a nice lightweight serum-y, and it just smooths the skin and gives a nice base for you to apply your makeup over. Also, I've been trying out the Tatcha liquid canvas. I got a sample of this as well. I'm gonna go ahead and pump one pump and put that all around my face. I'm not sure what's going on with my camera, but it keeps stopping. I wonder if it's the memory card. I cleared the memory card though, so it's crazy. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, just smoothing that all around my face real quick. Oh, and the last primer, which is also a face mask, it doubles as both, which I love this stuff, guys. This is my Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask, and I've been trying to save it, honestly, but I've used quite a bit of this primer as well. So as you can see, if I squeeze it all the way down, I've used quite a bit of this primer, and this is the mini size. The minis, I think $25. They do have a size bigger than this, but minis is the way for me to go, because, you know, I like to try different things all the time, and then I just feel like I'm not wasting so much money having a full-size product sit in my drawer. So another item that I want to talk to you guys about is Corrector. So this color Corrector is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is in the shade 310, and that's what that looks like, a nice orangey looking salmon shade. Well, it's not salmon, it's an orangey shade. And I like to take this right with my finger and go right up under here where my dark spots are, my dark circles, and color correct. Now I'm just gonna take this, what is this? This is a Tweezerman brush. They had sent these to me with a set that they had sent over. This is a while back, but this is their flat top foundation brush, and I'm just gonna take that to press that concealer in a little bit more. Make sure it's nicely blended out, because of course I use my fingers. Now for foundation. I think I always recommend to you guys the Lancome Tinty Doll Ultra 24-hour makeup. This is my holy grail. I am in the shade 510. But new suggestions. I'm gonna give you guys some new suggestions. So, I don't know if I mentioned this in the springtime. One of my favorites, the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I think this is what I'm gonna go in with. Oh, as a matter of fact, I also love this. I've used so much of this year. This is the Lancome Skin Feels Good. It is a foundation. It says it's they call it a hydrating skin tint, but it is a foundation. Really good coverage, very comfortable on the skin, and it lasts a really good time. This also has an SPF of 23. Really enjoy that foundation as well. Actually, I'm going to use this because I hardly ever use this foundation anymore. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. I'm going to go in with this one, but I know this shade is off a little bit. It's a little deep for me. And my shade in this is 530N. And I don't know if you could tell, it is a little deep for me. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this. This was one of my favorite concoctions that I used last winter, so I wanted to share it with you. So the Anastasia Luminous Foundation, and then the Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Foundation up to 24-hour wear. And my shade in this is 71NN. So I'm going to go ahead and mix these two on the back of my hand and go ahead and apply it to my face. I have the Pro Foundation number 47 Sephora Pro Brush. And I'm just going to do one pump of each of these foundations onto the brush. This foundation sounds pretty light because I used a lot of this. And I'll put 2 pumps. That first pump wasn't like a full pump. And then this one's a little deeper. 1.5. I'm actually going to spray the brush a little bit just so I can take that color down my neck, because that still doesn't seem to be a good match. But we're going to make it work. Once I got in with my concealer and everything, it'll blend out better. So, taking my new sponge. This is from 5 O'Clock Beauty. I mentioned 5 O'Clock Beauty here on my channel before. If you are familiar with Nisi W Beauty here on YouTube, 5 O'Clock Beauty is her brand, and she just recently dropped a whole bunch of blending sponges. This is the first time I'm using it, but guys, this sponge feels heavily. Once I wet it, it got so squishy. Oh my gosh, I'm really liking this sponge. So, feels really good. Just going in, picking up any excess product that's around my face, and making sure everything is nicely blended. Guys, my face looks so smooth. I love that combination. Like, it's been a minute since I worn it, but just, it looks good because one is a matte foundation, one is radiant. So just the mixture of the two, it's like the perfect finish. You have a little bit of glow going on. Definitely covered up where all that color corrector was. Now y'all know I live for concealer, so I have quite a bit of suggestions for concealers to pick up there. To match the foundation, I have the Urban Decay Stay Naked Correcting Concealer. This is in the shade 60NN. And this was like a little bit too cool tone for me. I never went and switched the shade, but I still use this concealer because I would use it as a base concealer and then I would go on top of it with the concealer shade that I'm usually using. And being that this is a color correcting concealer, it kind of cancels out that darkness underneath my eyes and also above my mouth. You know, I have hyperpigmentation there because of my eczema. As I suggested earlier in the spring sale, these Jouer concealers, like if you're looking for full coverage, these are the way to go. These concealers I absolutely love, and I go to it. You can tell I love it because I have two different shades of it. Like I have a little bit of this shade Amber, and then I went and purchased Coffee as a highlighting shade, which I still mix them together though. And another OG is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Love that concealer. Like that to me is more like an everyday concealer, not too heavy, blends out really smoothly, and it's hydrating, doesn't get cakey underneath the eyes. Love that. On the higher end spectrum of things, this is the Hourglass Vanish Velvet, I think it's called. Well, it says Velvet. I think Velvet might be the shade. But I'm gonna go ahead into my Sephora app and see what I purchased because I can never tell you guys the correct name of this. But this Hourglass concealer, this is another one that is super high coverage. Absolutely love it. And you can see there on the side, like I've been using quite a bit of this concealer this year. And then lastly, we have the Mcgrath Concealers. I picked these up from her website, but Sephora does sell them. And I have two shades. I think I don't like the M23, but the M27 is bae for me. I'm actually gonna mix those two Mcgrath shades together just so you can see. I don't know if oh yeah, I've definitely used them on camera before. But, so I went in and applied the M27, and now this is the M23. I'm just gonna put in between just to brighten things up a little bit and do the center of my face with this one. I'm gonna take another Sephora Pro brush. This is the number 56 Pro Flawless brush, and I like this for concealer. I'm gonna blend those out. Taking that sponge again, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend. Taking that butt where the foundation was and just going back around. Make sure that's blended in nicely. You see, that pat freaking concealer is everything though. Like I ain't gonna front. Mixing the two together works better if I just wanted to go in with the MD23. But mixing the two together is perfect for underneath my eyes, so. Again, I can go in with the MD27 by itself if I'm just looking to neutralize my darkness, but when I want the brightness, then that's when I'll mix the MD23. And speaking of Mcgrath, this freaking powder hair, if you don't have it, this is something you definitely need to pick up during the sale. This is the Mcgrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. This is the e.l.f. brush with no name, but it's tapered like that. It's gonna fit perfectly underneath my eye. Now I know I've mentioned this powder to you guys before because every time I put my brush in, so much kick up comes back, so you don't need too much of this powder. You tap it in one time and it's enough. So just gonna go ahead and smooth underneath my eyes and set that concealer that was there. And look how smooth and perfected underneath there looks. Also gonna set where I put, anywhere else where I put concealer as well. I'm just gonna set that. But yo, that is the business, guys. This powder, the business. If you don't get anything else from Pat McGrath and you're looking to try something, I'm telling you, this powder is it. It works with every concealer, drugstore, high-end, no matter what, doesn't matter. I didn't do any cream contour or anything like that. Cream bronzer, oh, wait a minute. I'm thinking about blushes now. I have a couple of blushes to talk to you guys about as well. And that just made me excited. But let's go ahead. Another powder that I wanted to mention is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. This, guys, this is bae. So I'm just going to take that same brush and go into it. But I'm going very lightly around my face. I don't need too much setting when it comes to the foundations that I use because, again, that Urban Decay is kind of matte. I just want to set and make it smooth. So when I go in to apply my bronzer and everything is nice and set and there's no skipping. You know what's next? Bronzer. I do have a video here on my channel showing you guys my entire bronzer collection. So check that out if you want more recommendations on bronzers. But the one that was all the rave this year, I know a lot of people have been talking about that Gucci powder. And I was thinking about getting it during this sale. And I'm like, I don't need any more bronzers. Like, y'all, if you see that collection video, then you know I don't need any more bronzers. So I'm going to be happy with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. This one is in the shade number 4, Deep. And it's really nice and deep. Of course, you can go deeper for other people that's like of deeper complexions. But this one works really good for me. I actually was going to get number 3. But this one works pretty good. So I'm going in with that same brush. And I'm taking that right up in here. I didn't put too much product on because I didn't want it to look crazy. But you see that? This bronzer, so smooth. Like, there's not a skip, not a patch, nothing when it comes to this bronzer. So this bronzer is truly everything. Yeah, no, I gotta focus here for quite a bit. I don't play games with this under chin, y'all. And this is not the brush that I normally use for bronzing. As a matter of fact, a lot of my brushes is over in the kitchen because I'm going to be washing them. Alright, so I do have a couple of suggestions for blush for you guys. Of course, the Fenty, if you're into cream blushes, the Fenty Beauty, what are these called? The Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush. I have 2 shades. I have Summertime Wine and I have Rose Latte. Love these things. I've done a whole video featuring all of the cream products that I picked up from Rihanna, along with that cream bronzer that I had mentioned to you guys a little bit ago. So I picked this one up way earlier this year, and I don't think I've ever came back to you guys and told you about it, but I do love this blush. And I was waiting until the fall to like really wear it. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Chic to Chic Pillow Talk Intense Blush. OMG, guys. This blush is everything. Like, I kind of want to put all of these blushes on so you guys can see it, because this is so pretty, guys. You don't even understand. I love blush. You may also remember that I picked up the Patrick Ta blush. This is in She's That Girl. And I was kind of considering picking up another one of these blushes during the sale as well. But I figured since it's a cream product, I tend to do cream more in the summertime. I'll do it any time of year, honestly, but I don't know. I just feel like I've been getting so many blushes lately because I know in my Sephora order I did purchase another blush. So, whatever. But this is the Patrick Ta. This one is in She's That Girl. And honestly, it's like this. So you have a cream blush on top and it's covered by a little lid here so the powder doesn't mix in with it, and then the powder is on the bottom. I'm going to do a separate video just demoing this, only because of the fact that Patrick Ta is a makeup artist and they prefer to actually put down the powder product first and then the cream on top. I did it, guys. Oh, I love it. Like, you get that radiance and that sheen on top, and the combination of the 2 colors, really, really pretty. So I'm really loving this blush. If you had your eyes on Patrick Ta blushes and there was a particular blush, there was a particular color that you wanted, pick it up during the sale because these are really, really nice. And then last but not least, I bought in, this was during Friends and Family. I haven't even hauled this for you guys as of yet. I'll probably include it with my Sephora VIP wholesale just so you guys can know what I picked up. And I'm probably going to use this one today. I think this goes the best with the look. Let's see. We'll figure it out. But this is one of the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blushes. And this is in one of the Nourishes that they came out with at night. Guys, tell me that ain't freaking beautiful. Like, oh my gosh. Of course, Hourglass, it has the marbling up there, like ambient powder. So it just gives that luminosity and it looks so skin-like. Blends so smooth. Like, I'm not sure. Which one should I use, guys? Which blush? Like, these are both, they look kind of similar, holding them up to each other. This one might be a little bit lighter. I'm gonna swatch. It's hard to swatch blushes and you're probably not gonna see it. It always looks better on the cheek. But this one here is the Charlotte Tilbury and this one here is the Hourglass, which Hourglass looks a little bit lighter. Let's just go ahead and use Miss Charlotte here. I've never used this brush. This is another one of those Sephora Pro brushes that I had picked up during the last sale because they were switching their brushes out, so all these was 50% off. Oh, this wasn't even during the last sale. This was one time I actually went to the store. It wasn't during the sale. But this is the Blush Precision number 73 brush. And I'm going to use this. Now, the reason why it looks like a damn nipple is because Charlotte recommends that you use the matte side on the outside first. And then you just tap the middle. And then when you apply it, you get like a nice little sheen. So, I've never used this actual blush brush before. But gosh, look how much product it picked up. Oh my gosh, that kind of scares me. So let's go ahead and apply this now. So and that's the thing I like about the Charlotte Tilbury brush. Like, you see, the first time it brought a little bit of color. The second time it brought more color. Like, these are so buildable and it doesn't end up looking like crazy. Like, there's no skipping, no patches. I hate when you can actually see a patch and you can see like skin and then you can see blush and you can see skin. Like, these are so smooth and to me just like worth every freaking penny, honestly. And that's why I have a package on its way from Charlotte Tilbury. I think it was earlier this week. I saw an advertisement for Charlotte Tilbury and she was having like 25% off certain things on her website. So I figured this would be a good time to try her foundation and a couple of other things. So definitely stay tuned for that haul video. There's gonna be a couple of hauls coming up, guys. I'm just gonna forewarn you because my birthday is in what, like 9 days? And I've been shopping like crazy. I've just been shopping. So definitely expect some haul videos coming up after I do this. The reason I'm putting on this face, I'm gonna film my Sephora VIP haul so you guys can see what I picked up because I ordered yesterday and then my stuff got here today. So yeah, I'm Rouge this year, guys. During Friends and Family, I was like, I'm not gonna buy nothing. I'm not gonna buy nothing. And then I looked on my account and I realized I had like $130 to spend before I got Rouge. I was like, wait, VIP is coming up and I can be Rouge and get 20% off. So I spent the $130 whatever dollars and then I just went ahead and turned Rouge 20% off. And I ordered that first night and it came the next day. So that's why the girl is in here like, let me put something on my face and show you guys. But yeah, so again, that was the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Intense Blush. Something else that I picked up from Friends and Family, I went ahead and got one of the Dior Backstage Glow Face palettes, and mine is in the shade Copper Gold. But sadly, it came broken, so I reached out to Sephora and they actually already sent me another one out. But I still want to use it in this video because it's nice, and because I don't really have too many new highlighters. Like, anything that I recommended previously, of course, it still stands. But I don't have anything new but this one. So let's go ahead and get into the Dior palette. I need a brush. So this top shade, really shimmery. That one, I will warn you, is really shimmery. Because when I first used it, I was still playing with it. And I used it. And that one is the one that has a lot of shimmer. So I'm going to skip that top one. And we're going to go into the sheer golden bronze and the shimmer tan bronze here at the bottom. I'm just gonna mix those two together here, run my brush right across those two, before I do that, I need to spray my face because it's been a little dry. And since I'm setting my face, let's talk about some setting sprays now. I have been loving these two setting sprays. Like this all-nighter has been bae for years. Like the bottle is damn near almost done. But this I got in my BoxyCharm, and I know they sell Smashbox at Sephora, so I do want to mention it. Like you guys know, we've been wearing masks. It's a pandemic going on, so if you're looking for something to keep your makeup in place, these are the two. These are the two setting sprays I totally recommend to you guys. I've really been enjoying the Smashbox setting spray. I'm gonna actually use that one so you can see what the mist is looking like. Really nice fine mist. So as you can see, it has a really nice mist to it. I just like to add a little hydration in my face before I put that highlighter so it'll stick to that. And just going in. I would have liked a mirror on this highlighter palette, so going in with those two bottom shades there mixed together. You see that, guys? Really freaking pretty. I've been enjoying this, even though it came broken. Sephora gave no issues. I didn't even have to send a picture of the broken palette. Like I told them it was broken. She was like, oh, see, that's why I need a mirror on it, because I just dipped into my damn powder. But they asked no questions. She just said, okay, I'm sending another one out, and that was the end of it. So I contacted customer service right through Sephora's app, their customer service, and emailed them, and she's getting another one out. So that was that. Like, no questions asked. I was gonna go into the store, but being that I was doing everything online with the Sephora sale and everything, I was like, I don't want to go into the store. I'm still not ready to go into the stores. People out here acting like it's not a pandemic going on. Luckily, she was able to send me another one. But guys, you see that highlight? What y'all think? Really pretty, right? Super pretty. Fine, but there's, like I said, that Airbrush Flawless Finish is supposed to be a finishing powder, so that's why I'm mentioning it now. But I did use it to set my face, and it works just fine for that as well. And you know, I've been raving like crazy about my Jouer powder. Like, y'all know I love it. But I mentioned it in the last I mentioned it in the last Sephora sale as a recommendation. Still highly recommended. I actually just recently busted out again. I was like, listen, I guess it's time for me to try to get rid of this powder. So, yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this Charlotte Tilbury powder just because it's like, I recommend it as a setting powder. I recommend it as a finishing powder, all that. So, just gonna take another e.l.f. brush here. Nice fluffy face brush. It doesn't have a name on it, so I can't tell you the name of it. But I'm just gonna go in all over the brush like that. Tap off and just go all around, because I like to buff out all the edges of everything that I applied, from my highlighter to my blush, my bronzer. Go around those edges just so that everything looks nice and seamless, especially my nose where I put that bronzing powder, because that bronze is a little deep for the middle of my face. I used it anyway, but I normally use my Fenty, the powder bronzer that she has. You guys know I recommend those bronzers like crazy. That is like my ultimate go-to combination, that cream bronzer along with the powder bronzer on top from Fenty. Yeah, if y'all don't have those already, throw it in the bag if you can, because let me tell you, that combination is everything. So if you've been looking to try Fenty Cosmetics and you didn't hit her friends and family sale, because she was doing 25% off and then another 10 on top of it. So if you was looking for Fenty, I would hope you would have got it during that time, because yeah, why give all these companies your coins if you don't have to, right? But if you was waiting for the Sephora sale to grab stuff from Fenty, then yeah, those are some that I recommend as well. But this Charlotte Tilbury finishing powder is everything, and just taking it around so everything looks nice, blended and flawless. I lied, I do have another setting spray recommendation, only because me as a dry skin girl, like I'm looking a little way too matte for me. I prefer to have a glowy mist. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dewy setting spray. You see I'm all the way down here, guys. I need another bottle of this, but I do have a pro membership discount with Anastasia Beverly Hills, so I'll probably get it from there. I definitely need a refill on that because I love that. And you just see the hydration in my face already. Like, it feels good, it looks good. Like, I freaking love that powder. And sometimes I just go back in, no extra powder, or anything. But while that setting spray is drying, I just go in with the powder and make sure everything looks really nice and blended. And I blend into my hair and everything, guys. I don't care. I don't like that mark where you can tell somebody has makeup and it's not blended. So I like my bronzer and everything to go right up in my hairline. I don't care. And now I'm sitting here acting like lip products don't exist. I have been buying lip products, but with the mask and everything, I just don't wear them so much. But always, the Fenty glosses are always a good look. I actually have the hot chocolate one that I love. I have that in my bag now because I wore it the other day. These, what are these called? These are her slip shines. You know, everybody and their mama is coming out with these lip balm kind of products. So those are a good look as well. What other lip products did I get from Sephora? Oh, as a matter of fact, during the last sale, I picked up the Artist Couture. This is in the shade Adore Me. I only got one shade, and it's like a nice velvety. Look at that, so pretty. I think I'm gonna wear that today. I don't really have recommendations for lip liners or anything from Sephora. I'm just going in with the Juvia's Place lip liner. It's the same one that I featured in my Juvia's Place video. As you should know, Juvia's Place is not available at Sephora. You can either get them at Ulta or on Juvia's Place website themselves, but I'm going in with that Artist Couture lipstick here. So smooth. It smells good too. Super smooth, super creamy. I've really been back into the bullet lipstick chain. And yeah, I really like that. And I'm probably gonna put a lip gloss because I don't know what's a look without a lip gloss these days. So I'm taking the Fenty Gloss Bomb. This one is in the shade Fussy, and just put a little in the center there. See, I don't know. Gloss just makes everything better. I don't know what it is, but off my Gloss Bomb. I like to wipe off the tip of my gloss bombs before I put it back in, just so that there's like no color transfer or anything like that. So guys, there you have the finished look. Nice, simple, everyday look like I like to do. I hope these recommendations were helpful to you if you're gonna shop the Sephora sale. If you haven't already caught my Sephora VIB haul, go ahead and check it out. I'll have the same face because this is me getting ready for that video. Go ahead, check out the haul, see if anything there interests you in addition to what I mentioned in this video. Hope this video helped you guys out, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out. It lets other people know that they should be watching this video as well. If you're not already joined the K Squad, go ahead and do so down below. Hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you, and I hope to catch each and every one of you on the next video. Later, y'all.